always like having you on game nights. But
what have you been watching this week?
Yeah, I'm just really diving into 90 Day Fiance. Trying something new, figuring out a new spot in my life. Need a new lane with all these games get canceled.
Get your taxes done, maybe.
So there was no. Let's not get carried away. There was no exposure to the Oilers, right? At no point was what happened to the Montreal Canadiens. There was no cross sort of pollination or whatever the hell we call it, contamination. Yeah,
that's what it seems like. I mean, the Habs had all their games canceled or postponed for a while. The Oilers are playing on Saturday in theory against the Leafs. So, yeah, I don't really know how that happened or what happened, but the last time we had anything like this was when Jesse Puljujarvi got an inconclusive test during the day, but he ended up just being fine. And I thought that was going to be something similar. But clearly there was a little bit more to it with the Canadiens, I guess.
Does a compressed schedule hurt the Oilers down the road? We're going to have to make up those games, right?
I mean, it can't help. It can't help. This season is already compressed. And even just having, as an example, this week off now with the Habs games postponed, that's bad for the Oilers because they were absolutely rolling.
Yeah,
I was really looking forward to them going into Montreal and just dummying the Habs because they suck right now. And I was looking forward to it. But the safety first with the NHL, which makes sense, but the timing of it's tough, and to tack on 3 games somewhere in the schedule is going to make things tight.
Yeah, that is. We need to play some audio for you. I did beep out the F-bomb, but I think you've heard this audio already.
It wasn't much, but I wanted to get a penalty against Nashville early in the...
That's NHL referee Tim Peel talking during the game last night about giving Nashville a penalty early.
Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah. Do you think he should have got fired, though?
Well, the funny part was that he said the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet, It's just like he said what we've all been thinking for 1,000 years now.
We know it happens.
Makeup calls.
Makeup calls happen. Like, listen, put it this way. If refs called every infraction on Connor McDavid during the course of an NHL hockey game, the opposition would be sitting in the penalty box all night long. And they don't do it. They look for... I mean, how many times have we been watching a game and it doesn't matter what team it is? Maybe they get 2 or 3 power plays in a row and you're just, the other team's going to get one. So the funny part to me about this Tim Peel situation was that we all know this is happening.
Yeah.
We've all watched it. Nobody who has watched hockey for any length of time doesn't assume this is happening. The funny part is he got caught on a hot mic.
Yeah.
Which... make sure your hot mics are down, boys, when you're going into the break.
So was he chatting with another ref?
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
I can't really tell, but just to me, it seems so funny because now the NHL this morning came out and fired him, and they said he'll never ref again. But then you're like, oh, wait a minute, he was supposed to retire in a month, so they just gave him an early vacay. Yeah, now they're hanging up the mission accomplished banner in the background. And let's not forget, Colin Campbell had there was some NHL executives that got busted with a tape. I'm trying to figure out the name here.
Okay, I remember what you're talking about. I do remember what you're talking about, yes.
And I'm just trying to remember the name, what that guy's name was. But he got mad about something for his kids were getting penalties or something, and Mark Savard was in there. I don't remember who it was. I screwed up the name, so don't quote me on that. But there was something like that. It's just funny. Should he have been fired? I don't know. Are you going to fire all the refs?
It's funny because I was reading an article about it on TMZ Sports, and clearly not really hockey fans or don't know the culture. Because is the makeup call like a hockey thing? The makeup call, because they're talking like he was unfairly targeting Nashville, and did he do this during his entire NHL career? And you need answers.
Get out of here.
Is that a hockey culture thing?
No, it happens in every league. Yeah,
it can be. Actually, You know what? I just found it. I am right. It was Colin Campbell that he complained about penalties being called against his son, and yet now here we are 10 years later or whatever it is, and he's firing Tim Peel for saying, and I think it was Robin Brownlee from Oilers Nation that he said, listen, if this was something the NHL actually wanted to fix, Gary Bettman would have fixed it a long time ago.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and again, I don't ever want to be in the same canoe as Gary Bettman, but I agree. I agree with the makeup call. I don't want to watch a game where it's out of hand one side or the other. Even if I'm watching the Oilers and the Habs, and everybody knows how much I hate the Habs, I want that game to be played fairly. I want the calls to be even because I think it makes for a better game. It makes for a more entertaining game. It just does. And I'd rather see a good game than see my team beat the Montreal Canadiens 22-1. Like I'm sorry. I'll turn the game off. If it's out of hand, I'll turn it off. I'll go to bed.
I would like to see them call the rule book. It's like, yeah, I agree with you, Locke, in the sense that that's the whole thing that they're talking about right now is game management, and you can't have it too lopsided and all that. I get it, but like, I haven't missed an Oilers game in a long, long time now. And I haven't missed a single one since Connor McDavid's been in the league. And to watch what he has to go through and never get any calls is basically like he's being punished for being way better than everybody else on the ice. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I get it.
You have to call the rule book. Now, is makeup call going to go away? Of course not, because there's going to be also things where even, playing men's league, you have a ref make a call. You go, that was a rough one.
They do makeup calls in my beer league all the time.
Exactly. So it's just like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. I get both sides of it, but you're right though. It's not going away. You can fire fire every ref. They're still going to do it. I like the fact that it's being talked about, though, right?
Well, I mean, it's
like they're talking about it. The refs are talking about it. You know what's happening. The players are hearing it. They know it. The coaches know it. Everybody knows that it's a practice that happens.
Some of those hidden gems from having
it's kind of like having
hot mics and no fans. You know what I mean? Where
everyone knows
players yelling at each other and hearing refs strategizing.
Everyone knows they have a different rule book for the playoffs too, right? It's just one of those things.
Oh yeah, it's right. Like the penalties don't exist in the playoffs. Yeah. You can chop a man's leg off and then like, you do that again, you're gonna get 2 minutes. So,
he'll recover.
Yeah.
All right.
But a scratch.
Baggedmilk. Hopefully, we have you on the air next week when there's a game.
Well, I got a free week off, I guess. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I've just been drinking alone, just watching. Oh, buddy, I've been air frying everything.
There he is, Baggedmilk.
I bought a breakfast sandwich the other day. And I was like, I wonder what that looked like if I just chuck that in there. And I did, and it was glorious.
Baggedmilk, Oilers Nation. Thanks for your time, my friend.
Thank you.